We were first approached about 18 months ago by Lee Rawlinson, who's our head of accommodation at University of Liverpool. He was interested in taking advantage of mobile technology to create either an app or a web-based tool that the wardens and the residential advisors could use to better log incidents in the halls.
So there have been student halls at Liverpool, obviously for a very long period of time, and a very long time ago there was a logbook system, which was a paper logbook system, which RAs would sign and write little reports. That was replaced over time, just ad hoc without any particular planning, with a system of a duty report using a Word document and just emailing that Word document to the team.
So we began drafting a kind of general spec for the project with Lee, but obviously the best way to plan and design a project is to make contact with the user group. So the next step, once we had a rough idea of what we thought we might do, was to go to one of the wardens' meetings, sit down with them as a representative group of the end user, because at the end of the day, these are people who are going to be using the tool, get their early thoughts on our ideas and proposals for the app, but also talk to them about what are the things that mobile technology could do to make their job easier. So an example use case might be that a warden are doing their rounds at some point during the evening. They have a report from a student that there's a noisy party going on in a particular floor or a particular room. The warden will attend, and having the app available on their phone means that they can make a live on-the-spot report about what may have been going on at that particular room or that flat. That would typically consist of information about what room the incident was attached to. Was there a particular student who was involved in it? Was there more than one student? Information about who had originally alerted the warden to there being an incident in the first place, because it may be that another student living in halls has got in touch with the warden to alert them to either a noise or the disturbance. When they arrive on the scene, so as well as collecting information about the students involved, the app will allow them to take photographs of the incident, attach them to the report. All this information is then collected within the app, and when the warden submits the incident, the app automatically generates an alert that goes to the rest of their team members, so the people kind of who it would be important to have that information shared with, as well as the head of accommodation and also the building managers and the reception staff who might not be on duty during the night, but then when they come in the morning, they can see that maybe there were 3 or 4 incidents during the night that they'll need to do follow-up actions on. So the app itself is what's known as a web app. It uses HTML, which is the open language of the web, and means that it will run on pretty much any internet-enabled device. So it's not about creating something that only works on an iPhone or only works on an Android handset. The Rail app will work on a range of different smartphones, be they Android, iPhone, Windows Phone. It will also work on desktop computers. So for example, if a warden or an advisor was to log an incident from their smartphone in the middle of the night and want to return to it the next day to kind of add detailed notes about the incident, they can do that from a desktop computer or a laptop.
First of all, that gap between attending the scene and going back and writing up the report has disappeared, so that's sped up the process. Second, RAs can now take pictures at the scene and share those pictures through the app. That's particularly useful with something like damage to property, where it's much easier to see something than just describe it. Third, we got rid of our paper filing system, which has saved a lot of time for the reception supervisor, and it really was a big burden for the reception supervisor.
The majority of them living in halls, it's their first time living alone. These would be 18-year-old teenagers who are away from their parents for the very first time, and potentially one of the most vulnerable points in their kind of university career where they need that level of support. So for us, it's about making sure that through revisiting the app, kind of adding features as they're requested, refining the existing stuff, that we give the best possible tool for our wardens and our residential advisors to be able to do their job quickly and easily.